Hey friends!
Today's lesson is all about making inferences. We actually make inferences all the time without even realizing it. You might be asking yourself, well, Miss Sellers, what's an inference? Well, an inference is when we take text evidence and what we already know and we put those two things together to figure something out in the book that the author isn't really telling us. It's kind of like a surprise. He leaves clues for us. So, our goal today is we can make inferences by finding evidence and using what we already know to figure out something the author doesn't tell us. So, for example, if I told you I am going to go somewhere super fun and I am going to need my bathing suit, some sunblock, a towel, and a noodle. What can you infer? Where do you think I'm going? That's right. You can probably infer that Miss Sellers is going to the pool. Good job. So, today we're going to be reading a book, and the author has left us some clues, and we're going to have to put those clues together with our background knowledge or what we already know and try to figure out and make an inference. Are you ready? Okay. So, the book we're going to be reading today is The Horse in Harry's Room. And it's written and illustrated by Sid Hoff. Now, I'm looking at the cover of this book and I'm thinking, I'm wondering if that's Harry. He's probably our main character. And Harry has a horse in his room? Very interesting. So, are you guys ready to start reading? Here we go. The Horse in Harry's Room. Harry had a horse in his room. Nobody knew. He could ride him in a circle without knocking over the chair or the dresser. He could jump him over the bed without hitting his head on the ceiling. Oh, it's great to have a horse, said Harry. I hope I will always have him. I hope he will always stay. His mother looked into Harry's room to see what he was doing. She did not see the horse. His father looked into Harry's room to see what he was doing. He did not see the horse. Giddy up, they heard him say when he wanted his horse to go. Whoa, they heard him say when he wanted his horse to stop. But they did not see a horse in Harry's room. Let's take Harry to the country, said Father. Let's show him some real horses. Harry did not care if he ever went to the country. He had his own horse in his room. Every night, when Harry went to sleep, he knew his horse would stay and watch over him. Every day, when Harry went to school, he knew his horse would wait for him to come home. One day, the teacher said, "Let us all tell about something today." One girl told about a dress she wore to a party. One boy told about a glove he used for baseball. I wonder what Harry's going to talk about. I have a horse in my room, said Harry. I can ride him in a circle without knocking over the chair or the dresser. I can jump him over the bed without hitting my head on the ceiling. The children laughed. Sometimes thinking about a thing is the same as having it, said the teacher. I wonder how Harry's feeling about that statement. It was Sunday. Harry's mother and father took him for a drive. They rode out of the city, far out into the country. Harry saw cows and chickens and green grass. and he saw horses. "Look at the horses, Harry," said Mother. Harry saw horses running. Harry saw horses kicking. Harry saw horses nibbling. Having some trouble with that book. "Horses should always be free to run and kick and nibble," said Father. When they got home, Harry ran right into his room. "Horses should always be free to run and kick and nibble," Harry said to his horse. "If you want to go, you may go." Harry's horse looked to the right. Harry's horse looked to the left. Then he stayed right where he was. "Oh, I'm glad," said Harry, and he knew he would have his horse as long as he wanted him. Now, I really enjoyed that story. So, my question to you is, what kind of horse do you think Harry had? So as I was reading, I found a few clues to help me make my inference. Remember, we had to find those clues and take what we already know in order to try to figure something out that the author isn't telling us about Harry's special horse. So let's see. The first clue that I found was that he could ride his horse in a circle without knocking over the chair or the dresser. And also Harry's telling us that he rides his horse in the bedroom without hitting his head on the ceiling. That's interesting because I know that horses are pretty big. And if they need room to run around, and if he's running in circles in a bedroom of all places, he's sure to actually knock something over. So I thought that that was very interesting. Another clue I found was that Harry's dad made a statement. Harry's dad said, "Let's show him some real horses." That word "real" I found to be very interesting. I knew it was a clue. He said real horses, and that made me wonder, is Harry's horse not real? Another clue I found is when Harry was in the classroom and everyone was sharing, and Harry decided that he told his class that he had a horse in his room, and everybody laughed at him. He wasn't feeling very good about that. But his teacher made a statement also. His teacher said, "Sometimes thinking about a thing is the same as having it." That was a pretty good clue. So, we know that Harry believes that he has a horse in his room. He can ride him in circles without making a mess or knocking anything over. He can ride him and jump over the bed without hitting his head on the ceiling. We know that Dad took him to the country to see real horses, which look like this. Another thing I found interesting was that these horses, they don't look the same as the horse that's in Harry's room. So right now I want you to pause the video, and I want you to take all these clues that I found, and I want you to make an inference about Harry's horse. And your statement is going to say, or be, "I can infer that," and you're going to finish the statement. So go ahead and pause this video. Oh, good, you're back. So, we put all of our clues together. We already have background knowledge about a horse. Now we need to make a statement and make our inference. Are you ready? So, my inference is that I can infer that Harry's horse is actually An imaginary horse. Oh my goodness, did you guys say the same thing too? Awesome. So remember, we can make inferences all day, every day, about lots of different things. So the next time you're reading a book and the author is leaving you some clues, but they don't really come out and say exactly what they want to tell you, they're kind of leaving it a little bit of a mystery. So you have to be a good detective and you have to find that text evidence and combine it or add it to what you already know. And you're going to put those two things together to figure out what the author is trying to tell you without really telling you in words. And that's it. You guys did an awesome job. Keep reading, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.